everybody knows and celebrates the word Rajyoga, but nobody in the world really knows what Rajyoga is. And Baba says that when we practice Rajyoga, we become the masters of the world. Raj Yoga means the yoga that makes you a Raja. And Raja not just like a king in an impure world, but Baba has told us that we become Rajaon ka Raja, which means that the kings in the Copper Age will also worship the former kings of Satyug and Treta Yuga, which is we will become deities worshipped by kings also. And that is the the attainment from Raj Yoga. But in the world, does anybody think that you can become Rajaon ka Raja through Raj Yoga? Because you see that we don't think about becoming prince or princesses or kings or queens in Satyug. The most that people think today is about becoming a civil service officer or a doctor or an engineer. But Baba is teaching us this new knowledge, this new education, which makes us a deity in the divine world. And Baba says that Raj Yoga, the name Raj Yoga is very celebrated, but nobody really knows what that is. And only we children know the meaning and the method of Raj Yoga. So it is very important that we understand that this knowledge has to go to everybody, and we take interest and take initiative in doing the seva, because you see that I sometimes wonder that Baba has so many children, and if really every children were to exercise their potential, then Satyug wouldn't be a far cry. But children are very slack, yes, and this is why Satyug is not being established. So Baba says today that we children have to serve with our body, mind and wealth, and we have to make this knowledge of Raj Yoga available to everybody. But first let's understand what is Raj Yoga. So the simple definition of Raj Yoga is: consider yourself to be a soul and remember the Father. Remember Shiv Baba, the Father, as He is. Now you see that in Bhakti, we have been remembering God. It's not like we have not remembered God in Bhakti. But we didn't know Him the way He is. And we remembered Him according to our idea of God. And second thing is, we thought that God is a body, and body consciousness, we started remembering the bodily being called God. So you see, we made, physical images. We said that, this person is God or that person is God. And then we started remembering them in body consciousness. But the thing is, body consciousness is the root of all our problems. And the only problem that remembrance had to solve was lift us out of body consciousness. So the first thing that when Baba comes, what does He give us first? He gives us knowledge first. And Baba tells us that I am a soul. I am not like some bodily being. I am a soul independent of the body, and I have taken this body of Brahma Baba on loan, but the soul Brahma Baba is also sitting in this body, and the body belongs to Brahma Baba. It's not my body. So Baba makes it very clear that I am just a point of light. And Baba says that you are also like that. So the first thing that Baba teaches us is that you are a soul. You are not what you see in the mirror. You are a soul, and your form is like a star of light. Yes. Now let us ask ourselves, when you say the word I, even after being in Gyan for so long, if you've been in Gyan for 2 years, 2 months, whatever, when you say the word I, what pops up as an image? Is it the image you see in the mirror, or is it a tiny point of light? That's the question we have to ask ourselves, because Baba says you are a soul, you are not the body. The body belongs to you because you need the body to play your part in this world. But you are not the body, you are a soul. And I have to always keep this in my awareness that I am just a point of light. Now you see that there is a difference between the self that I am and the self-image that I carry. And as much as the self is important, so much is the self-image important. Yes, so it is important that you are you, but it's also important to know who you are. Because Baba says that today in the Murli, I figured out that the most powerful sentence Baba says is, you remember me as I am. Because you see, it's very important that we know who Baba is, we know who we are. So it's not that today when Baba comes, we become a soul. I am a soul anyway. But do I consider myself to be a soul, or do I consider myself to be a body is very important. Because what you consider yourself to be is your reality. Yes, you are somebody, but if you consider yourself to be a somebody else, then that's your reality. And this is why, the reality is important, but the consciousness is more important than even the truth. Because you see, the truth, until it becomes part of our consciousness, we cannot extract the power of truth. Yes. So have you seen that there are some children who are very talented, but they don't believe in themselves? Yes, they think that, I'm ordinary, or I'm a waste, or I don't have any qualities. And even if that child is talented, doesn't matter. Because if he doesn't think he is talented, then that is what will have an impact on his functioning. So this is why the truth is important, but the consciousness of the truth is also equally important. Because you see, many a times there is a question which you encounter in the world, that if God is omnipotent, God is almighty, God is powerful, then why does God not change everything? Why doesn't God set everything right? But the thing is, even if God is almighty, if I, the soul, don't realize myself, don't realize Baba and don't have yoga with Baba, I cannot take benefit of Baba's powers. That's the important thing. This is why, we focus on consciousness. And consciousness means your idea of who you are. And Baba gives us the knowledge about the reality of who we are, but we also have to align our idea of who we are with the reality of who we are. Do you get it? And the reality of who I am is very, very beautiful, that I'm imperishable, I do not die, I'm full of virtues, powers, I'm the child of the God, and God is the ocean of virtues and powers, and I am the master ocean of every virtue and every power. That's the reality. But how do you align your consciousness with this reality? By thinking deeply about it. And what is meditation? Meditation is nothing but contemplative thinking about things that matter and things that are true. So, when you sit and contemplate, when you deeply think about the truth, that's called meditation. And by deeply thinking about the truth becomes part of your consciousness. And this is why the first thing that Baba comes and gives is the truth about who we are. And Baba says that, you see, the simple truth that I, the soul, operate the body, yes, and not vice versa, is such a powerful truth, because it had become, Baba today uses the word devilish intellect and divine intellect. And you see, in the devilish intellect, everything is upside down. So in the devilish intellect, we started thinking that the body is important, and how physically fit I am, or whether my eyes, ears are functioning well, or whether my other organs are functioning well, that determines what I'll be able to do and what I'll not be able to do. Yes, so the physical reality determines my capacity in body consciousness. But Baba tells us the truth that you, the soul, operate the body, you, the soul, forge relationships, or operate in relationships. You, the soul, do the work through the body. But do you think deeply about it? Because if you have a physical condition which is that of illness, does that stop you from being at peace and in harmony within yourself? Because if that is so, then that means that still you don't understand that you, the soul, operate the body. Yes, so we have to really have yoga. Do you understand that every day Baba underlines that practice soul consciousness and have yoga with me? But how much attention do we pay to it? And in yesterday's Murli, Baba was talking Baba was underlining it many times, that we must maintain a chart about how much soul consciousness do I practice and how much do I remember Baba. Because you see, we are all jnanis, yes. Nobody, every Baba's child knows everything. But still, why does one soul come in the beginning, in the first number, and one soul come in the last? It's all about practice. So it is your practice that will ensure whether you come in the beginning or in the end of Treta Yuga. And this is why you have to maintain a chart about how much of practice do you engage in, because this practice is not going to happen automatically. You have to fix out a time, you have to take out time, you have to sit in the practice. And although we say that it is easy Rajyoga and you can do it while walking, talking and everything, but you can do it walking, talking only when you have practiced sitting. If you have not practiced sitting yoga, then how can you apply it while walking and talking? So the first practice is seeing myself as a soul, seeing myself as the master of my body, as the master of my actions, my destiny, and seeing myself in my virtues and my powers. And then Baba says, remember me as I am. And do you understand that Baba is in form? Baba is just a tiny point of light. But in that tiny point of light, when we take the course, what is the introduction of Baba that we get? Baba रूप में बिंदु और गुणों में सिंधु है. Yes, so Baba is a point in form and an ocean in virtues. So just think about, can you create an image of a point that is also an ocean? Have you had this interesting image ever? So just a point, but an ocean. So, looks like a point, but full of infinite peace, love, joy, purity. And Baba says that is who I am. I am just a point, but I am an ever-flowing ocean of purity, peace, love, joy. And when we sit in remembrance of Baba, we have to hold this image with the quality of Baba in our awareness. Because only on the basis of knowledge can you have accurate yoga with Baba. And Baba has told us what he looks like and what he is like. But we have to, we use our creative power to create that image of Baba and realize that image of Baba and have yoga with Baba. Because Baba is not visible to the naked eye. It's not like, you can see Baba. So only through knowledge you can understand Baba, and through that understanding you can connect with Baba. And you see, the law of energy says that if you are connecting with the right one, then there'll be an energy transfer. Yes, so let's say you meet somebody. So you are a soul, that one is a soul, but that one has an idea about you which is not true, which is not you. Then do you receive their energy? If you are very simple-minded and that person feels that you're not simple-minded, yes, so you cannot receive their energy. Can you? But if you are complicated but you think you're simple-minded, then you will receive that energy. Am I right? If you are complicated actually, but you think you're simple-minded, then you will receive that energy. But if you're really simple-minded, you will never receive that energy. Yes? Just like a child. A child is innocent. Does he receive the energy you give them? No. You're thinking 20,000 things about the child not being, up to the mark, this, that. They don't receive that energy because that's not who they are. Correct? But if you are that person, but you think about yourself differently, then you will receive that energy. This is why, Baba says that दो हाथ से ताली बजती है. Yes, so if you are receiving somebody's energy, it is because you are also the same energy as they are giving you. Correct? That's why Baba said that when you become karmatit, you will not receive any energy. You will not be affected by anything outside, because it takes two to tango. Right? So Baba says that somebody's ego affects you. Why? Because you also have ego. If you finish your ego, you don't have to think about their ego. Correct? So you have to be on the same plane as the other to receive that energy. Correct? So Baba says that when you know me as I am and you are on the same plane as me, you are soul conscious and you are also vibrating on the same plane as me, then there is an energy transfer. It doesn't matter whether you can see Baba, not see Baba. Got it? Sometimes children are very confused that I am visualizing Baba. I am not seeing Baba. I am visualizing Baba on the basis of knowledge. So, because I am visualizing, maybe there is not an energy transfer. And because you can see somebody, maybe there's an energy transfer. But no, energy transfer is not about the physical. It's about the energy. It's about the thoughts and feelings you create. And that takes place when you are on the same plane, when you are on the same consciousness. So Baba says that in order to hit that same plane, what you have to do is you have to become soul conscious and you have to remember me as I am. Yes, and as I am means in all my virtues, in all my powers, and I am in all relationships with you also. So Baba says that I am the ocean of knowledge, ocean of peace. So when we say knowing Baba as he is, so knowing Baba as he is means knowing his name, his form, his qualities, his address, his relationship with me also. नाम रूप देश काल गुण कर्तव्य और संबंध. Yes, so what does Baba look like? What are his qualities? Where does he live? What does he do? So you must also hold in your awareness what is he doing to you. Yes, so he's the purifier. So when I'm sitting before Baba, I'm being purified. Yes, he is the remover of sorrow. So he's taking away my sorrow. So you have to hold in your awareness all of Baba's qualities, powers, his occupation, what he does, and also the relationship you have with him. Because you feel that proximity with Baba on the basis of relationships. So you have to hold in your awareness that this is my father, this is my teacher, this is my Satguru, this is my doctor, this is my surgeon, this is my child, this is my friend. So Baba says when you hold all this in your awareness and you are in your soul conscious stage, then you start receiving power from me. And that power dissolves your sins. that power absolves you of your sins. Okay, so that is Raj Yoga. So Raj Yoga is not a figment of imagination. Raj Yoga is something that Baba comes and teaches us, and Baba gives us the knowledge about who we are, and based on the knowledge, you have to tune into your frequency, and based on the knowledge given about Baba, you have to tune into the frequency of Baba. And then there is an energy transfer. And in that energy transfer, and whenever you have good yoga, how do you feel? Yes, you feel like, you've been recharged and you're light, and, you've been filled with energy and all of that. And it is not happening just like that. It's happening because Raj Yoga is the most true practice that God Himself comes and teaches. And Baba lays so much importance on this practice, and Baba says the first subject is to become a yogi. The first subject is to remember Baba. And you have to ask yourself, despite Baba asking you to remember him every day, how much do you practice? And what will happen when the end comes, and when we are, presented before Baba, and then we have a low status, then what answer will we give to Baba and to ourselves? And why are we not practicing Raj Yoga? Do you understand that? And you see, sometimes I wonder, I remember there was this one person, he was practicing some meditation of the breath. Yes, so he would just sit and count his breath and focus on his breath. And whenever he used to sit with friends, so I was his friend, so whenever he sat in the group, wherever he sat, he would just keep talking about that meditation. And he would say that, just focus on your breath, it helps you relax, it helps you feel peaceful. And just think about what that is doing, temporary relaxation, temporary peace. But even in that attainment, because that person has practiced it, he cannot stop talking about it. And he wants everybody to know it. And think about, Baba has taught us a practice which can absolve us of 63 births of sins. And we don't talk about that practice. Why? Why don't we talk about that practice? Why don't, wherever we sit, why don't we feel that urge to tell somebody that you can just consider yourself to be a soul and remember your father? Because we don't practice ourselves. That's the thing. If we practiced, we would have the urge, to tell everybody that just consider yourself to be a soul and remember Baba, and you will go to heaven. You will be absolved of all your sins of 63 births. But only if you practiced, you will be in that intoxication. And this is why Baba says that, service happens through the speech also, through actions also. Yes, so there is physical service also, which is very important. But Baba says first is service through the mind. And if I am really remembering Baba and I am in that state of joy and intoxication, then even my mind will serve everybody, because that state of bliss, that state of intoxication will fill everybody, will fill everybody with enthusiasm and zeal. So this is something that Baba says. And then the second thing is purity. And Baba says, I make you the conquerors of lust. And it has been said in the Gita that somebody who conquers lust can conquer the world. Yes, but still, despite knowing this, nobody conquers lust. Why? Because we don't have the right method to it. And Baba says that when I come, I give you the knowledge of the Creator and the beginning, middle, and end of the creation. So you see, we did not know that Baba is just a point of light and an ocean of purity. Yes, we did not know that Baba doesn't have anything other than purity and virtues and powers. And similarly, we did not know that the soul, when it is in the soul world, the only quality that the soul has is purity. We did not know that for 21 births, in a span of 2500 years, we souls are only pure. There is no trace of lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed. Even birth takes place without lust. So Baba says that you did not know this, but now I have told you this, and now you spin the discus of self-realization. Now you have Swadarshan, now you remember. Take yourself to that time when you are in the soul world and sit there in your pure form, and 2500 years of your journey, remember it, how you were in complete purity. You had a body, you had relationships, you did work, you ate food, cooked food, did everything, but there was no trace of lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed. You lived in a society, there was a family, there was a society, there was a whole kingdom, there was everything happening in that kingdom, but there was no trace of vice. And the more you think about it, you start remembering and recalling your purity. That purity which is natural, which is original, and which is very normal to us. And when you start doing that, then being pure is not a difficult thing for you today, because your consciousness is aligned with that era where you were completely pure. And that is why you can invoke that power of purity in you. And Baba says nobody else can make you pure, because nobody else, everybody says that, impurity is normal and natural, but you be pure. How is that possible? I can only do that which is normal and natural, right? But Baba tells us that purity is normal and natural. And Baba tells us when it was normal and natural, and when we take our awareness to that time again and again, then we can invoke that purity within us. So Baba says that I am the one who makes you the conqueror of lust. And do you understand that lust is just a habit? Yes, it's not a need. It's not important, it's just a habit. It's not normal, it's not natural, it's habitual. And the interesting thing is, anything that is habitual tends to look like natural. Yes, so these days you see there are so many people telling you, don't eat sugar. Yes, but when you stop sugar, your body starts reacting. You have withdrawals. Yes, but does that mean that sugar is natural? Or some people take alcohol and they become addicts, and then when they stop taking alcohol, their body, their mind, their heart, everything aches. Does that mean that man is meant to take alcohol and it is natural? No. You have withdrawals when you stop doing that which is habitual. But that doesn't mean that it is natural and you're stopping it. And even lust is habitual, it's not natural. So Baba says that when I, the soul, realize that my original nature is purity, then I stop the engaging in these activities, and then even if there are withdrawals for some time, they will be taken care of, and then your spiritual power will emerge. Just like when an alcoholic is able to fight the withdrawals, his health emerges. Similarly, the spiritual health of we the souls will emerge once we start accepting and recognizing that this is my natural state, and then doing away with the vicious actions, and then getting back to our spiritual health. And when you are in good spiritual health, what do you become? The master of the world. Yes, so this is why Baba says, one who conquers lust becomes the master of the world. Okay, Om Shanti.